And we are live. And I'm just pulling you up on our screen. It's so live that it hasn't come up on our screen. Hello, team. There you are. There you are. Hi. How are you
Hi,
all?
everybody.
Big Little Lies. Has anyone seen it, first and foremost? Has anyone been watching? I'm going to cover our faces. Hello.
Can't read it though.
Hello. Hello. Have a look
Right,
up there.
so
Hello,
we-
Tilly Long.
So we watched the first series of this and we absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
All the actresses, Laura Dern,
Can I just
Reese
say,
Witherspoon.
Can I just quickly say, this is a spoiler review.
Oh yeah.
This is a spoiler review for episode 1 of season 2, but we are definitely going to be spoiling it the whole of season 1. So if you don't want to watch, turn off now.
We don't have to spoil the whole of season 1.
Well, we do, because he dies. That's the whole
we didn't
point
need
of the
to say
series.
that.
It's the whole point of the series.
If they haven't watched series 1, they won't know who we're talking about when you say he dies.
Well-
There's lots of men in it.
And if you have seen it, you know who we mean.
Yeah, but
because
if
he's
you
not
haven't,
in this one.
you won't know because there's loads of men in it.
Yeah, but if you've seen this episode, you will know.
But
This is
anyway,
getting really confusing.
But anyway, so the first episode, I was really excited about it, and I was a bit disappointed when I said to Mark, I'm really excited about this, and you said,
Well,
I'm not.
because I was a bit disappointed with the first episode of Killing Eve, and I'd say Big Little Lies was as impressive a series in a totally different way, obviously, as Killing Eve was.
and I had massive reservations about the new series, even though I was excited about it, because Meryl Streep has joined the cast
Yeah.
as Nicole Kidman's mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And though Meryl Streep is a brilliant actress, and
Yeah.
I've loved her in lots of things, she can sometimes overdo it a bit
Be a
and
bit
be
mannered.
a bit Meryl Streepy.
Yes, I
Does
agree.
anyone know what I mean when I say that? When Meryl Streep's a bit too Meryl Streepy?
I didn't like her wig right at the beginning. I thought
Yeah.
her wig looked a bit
As soon as she
naff.
arrived and we saw her in profile, I said to Mark, oh no, she's already
Yeah,
annoying me.
Yeah.
So we've been a bit nervous about that.
Yeah. And we're also aware this is only being shown on Sky Atlantic, so we know this isn't going to be this isn't one of the terrestrial channels. So there might not be that many people watching it. It might be a bit of a sharp object.
Yeah, but we
Remember
love it
Sharp,
anyway.
We love it anyway. Anyway, so I like all the cast. What do you think of the cast? I think Nicole Kidman was brilliant in the first series.
Yeah. So this is, if you haven't seen it, this is a really juicy,
Female.
mostly female
Yeah.
driven, well, totally female driven
Yeah.
story.
And female produced. They've all produced it. Reese
Produced it,
Witherspoon,
female
Nicole
director.
Kidman. Yeah.
And it's set in the most beautiful houses. But where is it?
California. I think it's North California, so
whereabouts?
up towards San Francisco way.
Oh, not
or
San
beyond
Francisco.
San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, of course it is, because the mother-in-law lives in San
Yeah, yeah.
Francisco. So you've got beautiful dresses, you've got beautiful women, you've got beautiful scenery and homes and fantastic characters. Laura Dern
Who's nuts in a brilliant way.
is nuts, and she's
She's
just
nuts.
fantastic. Nicole Kidman in the first series. It's so intense,
Her relationship
her relationship.
with her husband. She's the victim of domestic abuse. They have an intensely sexual relationship, which spills into violence. Don't they? I mean,
And
it's
it's
so
so
well done.
realistic.
I mean, I've been agnostic about Nicole Kidman for the last several years. Every time I see her, I don't recognise her because her face looks odd. She sort of seems inexpressive in everything because of whatever she's done to her face. But in this, I think she's really found her mojo.
Yeah,
got a
she's
mojo
brilliant.
back, hasn't she?
She's got me back because
Yeah.
I went off for a bit. So we love the beginning, great montage.
I love the theme tune. Does anyone know
Love
what the
the
theme tune is?
music.
Maddie
No.
loves it. Yeah, it's a brilliant song. I just love it. It's so cool. It's
Yeah, it's
achingly
achingly
hip.
cool. So it was nice to see them all back at the school gates together
It
because
was.
everything sort of revolves around the school. It's very much
Yeah.
about women and the school gates
It is.
in a
and-
very wealthy area.
And what you have to understand is at the end of the last series, right, this abusive husband, in a melee of the 5 women, teeters on the edge of a step at a party, and one of the women, I won't give all spoilers, accidentally on purpose, pushes him down the stairs and he falls to his death. So this episode, we see lots of moments where Nicole Kidman's having all sorts of nightmares. That terrible thing that I always live in fear of, that you're saying things in your sleep that you can't remember. Like that time you kept mentioning the name Derek. And I didn't know who's Derek.
The thing is, if you mentioned anybody's name in your sleep, say you were saying Rosemary.
Rosemary.
I wouldn't think, oh, so who's this Rosemary? It's just
Wouldn't
dream.
you?
No.
Oh.
Well, I might a bit, but I'm
Well-
not going to think, oh, you've done something, or you're going out with somebody
Well,
called
Nicole
Rosemary.
Kidman keeps saying all sorts of stuff like rape and something else and something else, and her
Well, she was
mother-in-law,
raped.
and her mother-in-law, who's played by Meryl Streep, is constantly. She's very nearby all the time, isn't
Yeah,
she?
she's in the next
She's sort of
room.
like in the
listening.
next room
She's
listening.
going to become so evil, Meryl Streep, because of course her son
Yeah.
was so evil. So what did she do to her son?
Yes.
And we've seen flashes of it with what
Yes,
she's doing
I
with
keep
Nicole
thinking that.
Kidman's sons.
Yes.
And it's fascinating. She's bonkers.
She's bonkers, and I have to say, I had all the same concerns as Nadia had
She's
about
a
Meryl
sociopath,
Streep.
the mum.
But it was about Meryl Streep. But within the first 2 sentences she delivered,
Brilliant.
what a sigh
She's
of relief,
brilliant.
wasn't it?
And she's going to be this really nuts sociopath.
Mental.
It's going to be, you know what? We're going to end up feeling so sorry for Nicole Kidman's
Again.
dead husband.
Oh, dead
Because we're
husband.
going to find out what happened to him as a child.
Ah. Well, I mean, she was very good. What about that moment where she dressed down Reese Witherspoon when she said, "I've never
Yeah.
trusted short people"?
Oh, it was good. Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon is
brilliant
rock hard.
in it. We love Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon has this book club, which is great.
Reese Witherspoon's so cool.
Yeah, so she's got this amazing book club, and what she does is which is great because she's promoting reading, but she'll get like the best novels and buy them straight up.
Oh, what the rights?
Yeah, she buys the rights, and
Yeah,
then she
yeah.
gets all her friends to make and they're all good. They're not
Yeah.
just because they're mates.
Yeah.
So she's brilliant. So we've got So we're just going back and forth in flashback to what happened. We've got Lenny Kravitz's daughter, who looks exactly like
Zoe
her mum
Kravitz.
when she was young.
Lisa
Lisa
Bonet.
Bonet.
Oh my God, you remember her from Different Strokes?
Image of Lisa Bonet.
No, she wasn't
Yeah.
from Different Strokes. She was
No,
from The
she
Cosby
was
Show.
from the Cosby Show.
So beautiful.
Don't mention the Cosby Show.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah, Laura Dern's fabulous. So this whole episode was just sort of re-establishing all our characters, but reminding us that they'd all collectively agreed to be silent. But I'd forgotten that clearly
Lorraine.
Zoe Kravitz was a bit more involved with the death than we thought.
I'd forgotten that.
I'd forgotten that. So she's a bit traumatised. All the supporting cast, which is really refreshing, are men, because obviously these are the husbands. I think they're very ably supported. They're all
really
very good.
I mean, really, you just
Yeah.
can't fault it, really.
No,
You just can't fault
no.
it.
I mean, it's supremely well acted. It's beautifully shot. It's very well paced. They use their music at the right points. It's very cool music.
I
There
mean,
was
the
a
book,
brilliant
the
moment
novel,
where
is one of those that you would sit on your sun lounger on
Yeah.
holiday, just racing through. It's a real page turner. And they've managed to keep that in the
Yes.
series, but it's just really classy
Yeah.
as well, isn't
And
it?
Maddie, what's that song in Call Me By Your Name that always makes me cry?
Mystery of Love.
History of Love by
Mystery.
Mystery of Love by Sufjan Stevensik, wasn't it? Sufjan Stevensik, or whatever his name is. Anyway, there's one scene where
Are you
that...
drunk?
Anyway, there's a particular moment in this where tears sprung out of my eyeballs and hit the screen.
Where?
When the girl was dancing, the girl from Fault in
Oh,
My
that
Stars
was
was
lovely.
dancing on the beach,
The
and
girl
that music.
from Fault in Our Stars. Oh my God, her
She's
story is
so
amazing
good.
because she's been raped by Nicole Kidman's
Yes.
husband, and she has a child who is
Yes.
starting to show sociopathic tendencies. Well,
Thus-
they think. Well, they don't know.
So do you think psychopaths are nature or nurture?
Both.
Yeah, I do
Both.
too.
But don't
You learn
forget,
it
the
and you are
psychopathic
it.
spectrum is vast. Like
Yeah.
in our business, show business,
Yeah.
apparently something like showbiz and politics.
I'm a psychopath.
Like there's so many
Yeah.
psychopaths because we do tend to think of them as just with a knife, but
No.
a sociopath. I mean, lots of teachers are psychopaths.
Yeah, and they do it with chalkboards and chalks and
So
things
you
like
can
that.
just be somebody that's very self-obsessed and
Yeah.
narcissistic and not be never going to have any chance of murdering anybody.
So you've got these great 5 women. They're all meeting at the school gates. They're all kind of cracking at the seams in different ways. Reese Witherspoon is a right busybody. She doesn't stop
Shailene
talking, does
Woodley.
she?
Oh, you've seen it,
Oh,
Kira.
Shailene Woodley. Yeah, she
Oh, that's her
doesn't
name.
stop talking, Reese Witherspoon's character. In and out, in and out. Meryl Streep's got her number.
Didn't
Meryl
you love her
Streep.
with her daughter, with a teenage daughter, and went to go to college? Loved that
Yeah,
scene.
that was brilliant. Even though her daughter then said to her, "But you didn't go to college."
Yeah.
She was like,
But I think that's often the problem, isn't it? Parents want to live vicariously through their
Vicariously.
children.
Yeah,
I didn't
absolutely.
go to college, so you're going to go.
But Meryl Streep is basically in this season, in this series, clearly, and is well positioned in this first episode to be the eyes of suspicion. So already, what they've very cleverly done is we're on tenterhooks.
Yeah.
Because we know they're all
Tenterhooks.
hiding stuff, and yet absolutely nothing has yet happened. They've all been in lovely cafe. I mean, I have to say the cafes in
Oh
this
my
area.
God, their life. They drop off their kids at school in these lovely big cars.
Yes.
Then they go off into this gorgeous, like, Well,
They're just sort of places that are hanging, and they have
just
tables
on
that
the
are
beach,
hanging,
and they have
fires
coffees,
that are
and they have
hanging,
meaningful conversations.
and they're hanging. It's like they're eating in Endor from Return of the Jedi. It's really odd in the trees.
Hannah says, I love this episode so much. I love all their stories. Exactly. Each woman has a great story. I also love the therapist. Those scenes are some of my favourites.
You're absolutely right. And I remember from the first season, the therapist scenes were so real. Do you remember when she was in therapy with her husband?
Yes.
And you could see that. And we've been
And
in
she
couples
knew
counselling.
she
And
was being battered.
yes. Though, can I just ask, why do therapists have to be so cloak and dagger and sit in the shade?
So
Why do they always have to sort of sit like that?
They're so annoying. I don't know if you've
Tell
ever
us
been to a
about
therapist,
yourself.
but the worst thing
Tell
when you
us about
first ever
yourself.
go to a therapist, because you don't know that this happens. Then, of course, when I went to different therapists, it happens every time. What happens is, unless it's CBT, they talk to you.
Yeah.
They sit.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
And they don't say anything. So you're like...
You're thinking money,
So like, for me,
money.
So like for me, the first time I went, I started to try and talk and entertain because it was like, why do you feel you have to entertain? It's like, because you're not saying anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So for us, every time it's the therapist thing, because we're both into therapy, we get really agitated.
You're
at the
absolutely
beginning.
right. They always say to you, so you're a people pleaser. Yeah, I'm having to fucking please you
You're
right now
not
because you're not saying anything.
And I'm paying you.
Yes, and the clock's ticking like a cabbie. For God's sake, tell me what's wrong with me.
Oh, I love her relationship with her son, Charlene Woodley's.
Yes.
It makes me feel like a bad mother because I've never
Yeah.
danced around to rock music while making a sandwich.
I know what you mean.
I feel like I failed my
Well, you did a
kids.
bit tonight. We did a live, which was pulled down because of copyright issues, but you did. Here's the thing.
Zoe says it's her favourite show, loved it. When Meryl did that scream at the table, it was
I was
so
just Zoe. I think
insane.
you must be hardwired into my
It was
brain. I was just about to
so
say
good.
that. That was amazing.
It wasn't Nicole Kidman, really.
Nicole
She's
Kidman was amazing.
so
She's very good.
vulnerable. You can see why she ended up
Yeah.
with a man that beat. She just. Oh.
There was a little touch, a little detail. So they'd established the rhythm and pattern of these terrible sort of montagey nightmare memories. But they also had, I thought, which was really important, a memory that was very positive,
Lindsay.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Just positive memories because
Yeah.
she was also in love with him.
In love with him.
And
Because
there's
he was incredibly charming,
Yeah, charismatic.
devastatingly charismatic and good looking.
Yeah.
They lived this beautiful
All right,
home on this
bloody hell.
beautiful beach. So, excuse me, we've had you going on about Anna for the last hour on Love Island.
True.
He was gorgeous.
He was.
But the other side of him, probably 25% of him, was a brutal sociopath.
well, we know it was.
Yeah.
He was a psycho.
But also there's that thing the whole time where you never quite know whether she likes it or whether she didn't.
Yes, Nadhiru Mohammed. Yes, I thought the scream, and I thought the way Meryl Streep did that scream was incredibly chilling.
I think it's the best I've seen Meryl Streep.
Same. I said to Nadia,
ages.
as if the woman hasn't got enough Oscars. Apparently she's got 9 and there's not enough room in her
She's definitely
toilet.
gonna get an Emmy.
She's definitely going to get an Emmy,
Definitely
isn't she?
gonna
Or
get an
3. She'll probably get 3. She never gets them in ones.
Just trying to think, is there any way for people to watch this if they haven't got Sky Atlantic?
You could all come round our gaff next week.
But if not, buy the book, Big Little Lies, because it's such a good rip-roaring yarn.
We don't have Nicole Kidman in it, do you?
No.
But the cast is sublime. I look forward to the moments
you,
that
Jacob.
Laura Dern is on there. Laura Dern, Wild at Heart. She's from the school of David Lynch. She's proper top drawer bonkers.
Wasn't she brilliant when she was talking to the teacher about how her daughter's a genius and then tells him who the psychopath
What
is
about
in
the scene where
class?
she's got a photo shoot in her penthouse and she's just singing the songs?
Oh, God.
It's just
What was the song she
beautifully.
was singing?
I don't know. But it's just so brilliantly observed. I tell you what this series is.
Hi, Byron.
Effortless.
Effortless.
You don't feel a bad scene or a script. And
And
I was
I was
worried
reading
about that.
something in one of the supplements at the weekend about Reese Witherspoon and what
Yeah.
genius business brain she is. Because in the last few months on her Instagram has just been all these, nothing mentioned about Big Little Lies, but it's her and Nicole hanging out at the beach, them all going for a coffee, women empowering women, which is great because I think all of that is true. And then bam, Big Little Lies starts.
It's the same with me and Reese. I never mention our friendship, but she's constantly referring to
Constantly.
it. It's sort of
Yeah,
indirectly.
it's difficult.
All the time sending me Insta stories and all this kind of malarkey. It goes on and on and on. But so if you haven't seen it, if you can't see it, try and do something about it.
Try and read it.
Either subscribe to Sky or get an HBO app.
Mark, not everyone can afford to.
I know you can't.
Don't be a wanker.
Oh, Jesus, that's powerful. God, we already mentioned wanking
No,
earlier
just find a
today.
way to. What if you can't
No.
afford to bloody do it?
Beg, borrow and steal in order to see it is what I'm trying to
if
say.
somebody's got, if you know somebody with it, just if you've got a friend that's got Sky, say, I'll bring the cake or I'll bring the chocolates and let's sit and binge watch together.
Good question from Nadhiru Mohammed. What was wrong with Amabella's dad? Is that Laura Dern's husband? What was wrong with him at the top of the flat? He was
distraught with the alcohol, but I can't remember. Zoe, can you remember what happened? Laura Dern's husband,
Yeah, what
when he was
happened?
drinking.
They used to have angry sex at work, didn't they?
Did we see him as was he an alcoholic in the first series? I can't remember.
Maybe. I just remember them sort of having a very odd personal life together.
You
Very
know, come on,
strange.
let's see if somebody. I love it because they do.
Have you
Come on,
noticed
somebody
that when
remember
I'm
for
just
us.
feeling until someone said, have you remembered Laura Dern when she does go nuts? Her mouth goes perfectly square. Watch the next time. Go to Laura
She's
Dern
so
screaming.
thin as well, isn't she? I mean, she's
amazing.
so like.
Yeah, Zoe, I think he had alcohol problems.
I think
Yeah,
he might have done.
I think he might have done. Yeah. That's kind of what I used to do.
Did anyone else think he was going to smash up the train set with his baseball
It's a
bat?
very odd little sequence. It made me
Very
think of
odd.
Rod Stewart. You know, Rod Stewart is a massive...
I was always saying, I
Toy
think
train.
he did have alcohol problems in the first series.
I tell you who I really like is Reese Witherspoon's husband. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
I love him.
Well,
and the
we
way...
didn't see the teacher, did we? The one that Reese Witherspoon had the
No, he's
affair
having
with.
the drama teacher.
He'll come probably
No.
next episode.
But that moment where Zoe Kravitz's husband comes to ask him for advice on how
Yes.
to deal with his ex, I
You're
thought that was
asking
really
me
funny.
to talk to your present wife,
I
and
think
I'm
you
the
need-
husband
yeah.
of your ex-wife. Why have you always been so? What was he said? Sneery or
Yeah,
superior? It was really funny.
Oh, here we go. Emma, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name.
Emma
incorrectly.
Gallagher.
Emma Gallagher. Last season, there was a hint of him struggling. He went ballistic with Jane, Shailene Woodley, the one from Fault in Your Stars, during the whole Annabella attack. Ah.
He went ballistic with Jane.
Oh, because of her boy attacking his daughter.
Oh yes,
That's
yes,
right.
yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
did we
he's-
get to the bottom of that though? He didn't really attack her, did he?
Maybe he's annoyed by Laura Dern's explosive career. Yes, he's just like...
What does Laura Dern do?
I can't remember. It's just like a business.
He definitely didn't want LO magazine round though, did he?
No, he didn't. No, absolutely not. I want her house.
Yeah. Oh my
I want
God.
that coastline.
Oh, mind you, I love Reese Witherspoon's house and her kitchen.
That's nice. Our kitchen is nice, yeah. And I also want to be hanging out in the coffee shop that looks like it's in the middle of Endor.
Yeah,
Return
we
of the
do.
Jedi. Anyway, we're going to go. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't see
Thank
it,
you
do
for
try
joining
and
us.
see it. Try and join in because we're going to be watching all of the episodes and reviewing them all. Yeah.
Mel's character Zoe is definitely going to kick off, and we're going to, because you joined us later, I think we're going to start feeling really sorry for Nicole
Yeah.
Kidman's husband, the sociopath,
And the
because we're going to
psychopath,
see
yeah.
that she's a very twisted woman and
Right.
she gave him a terrible childhood.
Can you scream like Meryl Streep?
No, I don't want to because Kiki's asleep. She'll,
Go on, it'd be
she'll think
so
we're rowing again.
Oh, God. All right.
But I can in the daytime. I'll do one
Yes,
tomorrow.
you do a scream tomorrow. Maddie's about to read The Crucible.